It begins with a ball. 2 teams, 2 nets, that ball, and a love of everything between the lines. But the game is more. The game is you giving every last breath to finish the sprint. The game is that last ounce of strength that pours out of you as you stretch to save your team. The game is questioning yourself over and over again until you find a way forward. Your personal best today is your challenge for tomorrow. Giving everything now is only knowing how much further you can go. The laces we tighten are the ones that bind us together. Entering the huddle as a player and leaving as a team. Play because you love it. Inspire because it's in you. Unite because it's in us. Ontario Soccer.
Hello friends, and welcome to Durham College in Oshawa, Ontario for the Ontario Soccer Futsal Championship match for the men's division. We've got a grudge match on our hands today as the Toronto Futsal Club, based out of Mississauga, Ontario, take on Toronto Idolo. It's going to be a very fast-paced match here. If you've never watched futsal before, there's a couple differences you'll notice right off the bat. One, we're playing indoors on a gymnasium surface on a much smaller pitch. You've got 5 players, including your keeper, out there. And you're going to see a lot of fast-paced action, that's for sure. 4 seconds on every restart, so where you would normally have a throw-in, you're going to have a kick-in, and the player's got 4 seconds to get that ball into play. Your goalkeeper has 4 seconds to play the ball, whether it's been played to his feet or whether he's picked it up and he's got it in his hands. 4 seconds, one way or another. Goalkeeper can pass the ball out and receive it once, but he cannot receive it again until it touches a player on the other side of half from the other team. Subs are on the fly. There's 5 fouls per half per team. Once you hit that 6th foul, and every foul after that, you will have a penalty kick from 10 meters out from the goal line. And again, you've got that smaller ball. We'll have our 2 teams out here in just a moment. My name again is Pierce Lang. We've got our top-notch video crew from Ontario Soccer here, as always. And it's going to be a few minutes before we get the game started here. We're going to go through our national anthem, and then we're going to get ready to rock and roll from Durham College, Oshawa, Ontario, for the 2018 Ontario Soccer Futsal Championship game, men's division.
Si hubiera sido otro, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Durham College in the Ontario Futsal Cup Finals. In today's Men's Futsal Cup Final, please put your hands together for the visiting team dressed in red, the Futsal Club Toronto. And our home team dressed in yellow, please welcome Toronto Idolo. Introducing the lineups for today's Ontario Futsal Cup Cup final, starting with the visiting team, the Futsal Club Toronto. Number 1, David Capasano. 2, Brandon Emmanuel Lima. 3, Brandon Simons. 4, Tariq Robertson. 6, Matthew Rios. 7, Nuno Carvalho. 8, Eduardo Calez Pinares. 9, Sina Kanda. 10, Azila Green. 11, Brandon Medeiros. 12, Hugo Rodriguez. 13, Elmer Gabala. 14, Timothy Garza. 18, Monte Smith. 21, Bruno Okudoa Jr. And team officials, Roy Blanche, Francisco Aurelio Fernandez, Samira Rosavi, and Adolfo Vela. Ladies and gentlemen, the Futsal Club Toronto. And now on the lineup for the home team, the Toronto Idolo. 4, Jason Alvarado. 26, Luigi Caruso. 9, Damian Moreno. 15, Mario Kovacevic. 10, Jason Arlinelli. 17, Luis Ocean. 8, Marco Rodriguez. 6, Christian Samaniego. 7, John Dueñez. 5, Kevin Valdez. Team officials, Lorenzo Redwood, William Lenos, and Jorge Tello. And now introducing our match officials who were appointed for today's Ontario Futsal Cup final. First referee, Alexis Vaughn. Second referee, Phil Benavides. Third referee, David Filiano. Fourth referee, Dan McClintock. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back, friends. We're here again at Durham College, and it's a balmy room temperature day here with the lights on and the blinds closed. Now, I was saying before that you've got some intense competition on your hands here, as you'd expect in the provincial final, but you've got two teams with some high caliber offense on their hands. First and foremost, let's take a look over at Toronto Idolo. They've got one player suspended, so they've got to deal with that coming into their match here today. But they've also got a couple players that have national team experience, and their coach, Lorenzo Redwood, is actually the national futsal team's assistant coach here. Over on the other side, when we talk about Futsal Club Toronto, we're talking about the 2014 CONCACAF squad representing Canada, 2015 FIFA Intercontinental representatives from Canada, two-time champions for the Ontario Futsal Cup, 2015 National Futsal champions here for this great nation of Canada that we all live in, unless you're watching online from a foreign country. And welcome to our broadcast as well, anyone out there on the international scene. Apologies for the feedback there. It's on our stadium announcement system, not ours. We're going to get underway here in just a moment. Futsal Club Toronto start us off. The Mississauga-based team play the ball back and quickly try and get it out of their own end. Some fancy footwork there from Marco Rodriguez. Gets it back to Salmiengo, and the ball's stolen there by Cadan, and he tries to put it across the front of goal, and it goes out over the touchline. And it'll be a goal kick by the looks of it, but we've got a man down. And that's going to be number 17, Luis Roca. He's gotten up to his feet here. Might have caught a bit of an elbow to the chin there by the looks of it. But it'll be a corner kick. We'll see what Idolo can do with it here. And a long ball up over the top and off the volley. Rodriguez puts it well high and over the goal. Back down quickly the other way for FCT. Big number 6, Matthew Rios, in front of the goal there for FCT. He plays on the Canadian national futsal team. He'll be looking to get involved in the action pretty early here. He's got the ball at his feet now, but he's turned it over, and Idolo are back the other way. Cadan with it now. What can he do with it? Puts a shot in on goal and just wide of that postage stamp corner. That's Graham, rather, that not Cadan. I'm looking at the wrong sheet here. Apologies to him. Graham with it again, and sliding tackle from the FCT defender. That's number 12, Hugo Rodriguez, who slid in there to break up that play. Yet another kick from the corner for Idolo. You'll notice, as I was mentioning before the game, that there's 4 seconds for you to get the ball back in bounds on a restart. The referees will be on that pretty promptly throughout this match. And you can see the official with her hand up in the air there, counting down the seconds. The ball is cleared long and deep. Out over the touchline for Adolo, and they'll start the ball off. And you'll notice a restart from the keeper there, not having to put the ball down and kick it off the ground. He can simply just roll it back out, as maintaining the faster gameplay is key to futsal. Here in the men's final, you're going to notice that we're doing 20-minute halves, but their stop time is Graham put the shot in on goal. But again, just wide, and a great sliding tackle there from the FCT defender. Graham with it once more. Rather, that was 10 Orlano. They've got similar haircuts and they're about the same height, so you'll have to forgive me again. Looks like that's number 9, Kadan, who I'd been calling out before as Graham, who's down on the ground, but he's back up. Looks like he might have injured his shoulder a little bit there, but he'll get back out on the pitch. He's back in play now. Eduardo Perez Vinales got us back underway there as he gives chase deep into the Adolo end. And it's shielded out over that touchline once more by Kevin Valdez. Orlano was trying to get it into Graham there. Some quick play here on that far side from FCT, but unable to get anything done with it, and it'll be an Adolo re-entry here. Goes back to Orlano. Graham with it now. Gets it out wide for Rocca, and that's broken up by Kadan. Rocca plays it back. Number 5, that's Valdez. And Adolo unable to get anything done. You can see they're trying to work the ball back and then into the middle, exploiting some open space in the middle of the court, but unable to get anything done. The ball on a seeking pass deep through the middle goes long and out of bounds again. Kadan with it once more, lays it off. Rodriguez chasing that one, and it goes out of bounds once again. Caruso goes back behind his goal and collects that ball. Broken up by Graham. Orlano with it now and gets himself out of trouble, and he's got his head up. He's looking for a teammate. Plays it out wide right. A quick shot across the face of goal from Adolo, and we've got another man down behind the play here. And Adolo take possession again. Graham with it once more, battling his man, Rios. Kadan arguing his case here, wondering why there was no call on that play. And the official's gone over to the side here to have a quick conference with her assistant. Play back underway here. Kadan with it now at his foot. He cuts back inside. Graham sticks a foot out and catches Kadan, and they're going to give him the call here, despite Graham's protestations. He's shown a yellow. Play back underway as Kadan gets the ball out to Rodriguez. Rios with it now. Rios dancing around, and that's broken up by Roca. We'll go out off of Roca for another inbounds play for FCT. A lot of back and forth action here in this 2018 Ontario Provincial Final in the men's division of futsal competition, as that ball goes in and right back out of bounds pretty promptly. But it'll be a corner here, or some indecision. It looks like it'll be a goalkeeper restart, and we're back underway. Graham's got it at his foot, deep in the FCT end, looking for something to do as he's hemmed in here into the corner. The ball goes just out of bounds. It's a little hard to see here on the edge, but they've got a beige line almost as Ornello gets it back in. It's number 3. He's unnamed on our score sheet here. But Roca with it now, trying to dance his way through. Kadan's got it in the Adolo end, and he tries to cut across goal, but that's broken up. And a shot on goal there from Kadan. Took a bounce and darn near fooled everyone, and keeper included, as Caruso had no idea what was going on with that ball as it went spinning off of the leg of the defender. And Kadan will have it once more in the corner to get us restarted. Kadan nods to Rios and then puts it out off of Ornello. Kadan with it again. Rios plays it all the way back for number 12. That's Hugo Rodriguez. Rodriguez with it again. Out to Rios, and he dinks it back, and no one's there for that one. And the ball goes up high out of bounds. Right up to our broadcast crew here. And again, got to give a shout out to the boys from Cutting Room Film Company. They always do a phenomenal job on these live broadcasts for Ontario soccer. Orlano chips it up over the top, and chasing that down is number 3, our unnamed player. We'll have that sorted out at halftime for you. Our apologies here on the broadcast. And the keeper is well out of his goal there. That's Campusano. He's the national futsal team keeper, representing FCT here in this Mississauga-based squad. Kadan with it once more. Lays it off for number 8. That's Vinales. But ball turned over. Possession once more in the hands of Toronto Adolo. Graham and Orlano playing the ball between each other as Graham tries to get in past Rios, and Kadan's got it now, lays it off wide, and an attempt on goal there from Perez Vinales. But that one goes out of bounds again for a FCT corner. Be Kadan over it once more, as we've seen throughout this match. You can see the communication taking place here between Kadan and Rios, and the ball goes into the middle, and Hugo Rodriguez got a foot on that, but it was blocked and out of bounds once more. Cadan puts the ball down, and they'll be looking to pop that one back into the middle. Rios with it, and he puts a shot on goal, and great save there from number 26, Luigi Caruso, keeping his team in this match early. We've hit the 14-minute mark here. Clock counts down. Stop time in this men's league final. Rios with it again out on that far side. Broken up there by Adolo. Coming back the other way is Rodriguez, Marco Rodriguez, and he lays it off. Orlano trying to make something happen over there, and Rios has a shot in onto the Adolo goal again as he continues to pepper balls in towards that Adolo goal. Once again, Toronto Adolo in the golden kits facing off against Futsal Club of Toronto, the Mississauga-based outfit in the red uniforms. Two-time Ontario champions. The ball rolls all the way back for Caruso, and he dumps the ball in over the top, but unable to get on the end of that one was number 8, Marco Rodriguez. And Campesano is going to take his time as he goes out in the hallway to grab that ball. I'd have personally stopped and got myself a vitamin water. Take that opportunity. Maybe a Gatorade for that matter, but pay some bills here. Speaking of Gatorade, a shot in towards goal, and that ball will go out of bounds once more. Got to give a shout out to Toronto FC. Toronto FC is a proud sponsor of youth soccer here in Ontario. Toronto FC, the premier partner of Ontario soccer. Some words being exchanged here by our official in number 12, Hugo Rodriguez. Shot in towards goal by Cadan, and that goes off the leg of Marco Rodriguez, the Adolo defender. FCT look to get the ball back in play, and a bit of a careless pass there from national team member Rios. And Joel will get us back underway again here. Number 8, Marco Rodriguez on the right side. Puts a shot in on goal as he got the ball back. There is Orlano, lays it off for number 3. Still going to have to find that name out for you, who our number 3 is. Ornella gives it back to him. Ball over on the far side there for Salmoniego. Broken up though by FCT. Cadan with it. Sliding in late there was number 3. Perez Vinales on the ground right now. Protestations there from Luigi Caruso, as he doesn't believe that foul was necessarily as hard as it may have been interpreted by the player on the ground. As he's helped back up to his feet, and we'll see if he stays in the match here. Looks like he's okay. That's Perez Vinales back up to his feet. Hugo Rodriguez stands over the ball as we wait for the floor to get wiped down real quick. Don't want to have anyone slipping and falling. Take this opportunity to talk about Soccer X. Thank you to Ontario soccer partner Soccer Express for their first-class support. And its premier dealer, Soccer Express, has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit www.soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more as Rios fires the ball in off of the Adolo defender there as they look to get a penetrating ball in. Rios calling for the ball there as Hugo Rodriguez is shielding it away from Ornello and gets pushed over. We've hit the 12-minute mark here in this first half, and Ornello will be coming off. FCT gets back underway. Rios with it now. Lays it off for Caden, and Caden fires a shot just high over the goal. Barely missing the mark, and the official is saying it went off the fingertips of Caruso. He doesn't seem to disagree with that. Wanting to get the play back underway here. Our substitution making his way into the match for Ornello. Orlano was Roca, number 17, coming back in. It looks like we're going to have a timeout. Let the coaches have a quick chat with the boys here. And while they have a quick chat, we're going to have a quick chat about Holland Bloorview. Experts in the field of youth concussion, Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital have formed a collaboration with Ontario Soccer. This partnership will improve concussion awareness and education to ensure the improved safety of youth soccer players across the province. Not sure how you improvise safety. If anyone could do it, I'm sure my man Kwesi here beside me could. Our video tech specialist. Still 0-0 here from the Durham Sports Complex at Durham College in sunny Oshawa, Ontario. Like I said, a balmy room temperature day here in the gymnasium. It's probably sunny outside. Looks like it through cracks on the window blinds here. And it'll be Roca getting us back underway here. Getting the ball back in for Adolo. Give it back to Caruso. Roca with it now again. So look to get Roca involved in the play here. Perez Vanal stole it, then played it out of bounds. Roca back with it again. 3 back to Roca. Roca looked to get him back. The ball there quickly, but he wasn't paying attention, or at least there was a bit of miscommunication. And we've got a power keeper play going on here as Campusano tries to get a shot in on goal. Something rare that you'll see in the game of futsal is, as Campusano described it to me before the game, the power keeper, where you have your keeper come in and try and maintain possession for your squad and the other team's end. As Caden's corner kick goes out off of an Adolo defender and back over the touchline, and he'll take this once more. Gets it back for number 12, Hugo Rodriguez, and his shot goes just wide of the goal. Looks like they've given Rios a break here after he put in a yeoman's effort throughout this first half. Graham tries to chip it over the top to Roca, who was streaking in on that far left side. Ball goes back for number 3. Adolo content to maintain possession here in their own end. Roca with it now. Dinks it over the top for number 3. Ball trickles in, and Graham's on the other end of that one. And he's found it again and whips a shot in on Campusano. And Campusano's quick reflexes saved the day, keeping the score knotted at 0. Ball back in play here for Adolo. Cadan marking his man tightly. And a lazy ball there from Adolo will go out of bounds. Turning possession over for FCT. They've got it again. Perez Vinales with it. Out wide to Cadan. In for Hugo Rodriguez, and he's found Cadan once more. Vinales with it. Rodriguez to Cadan. Cadan makes a move, and he's got it on the side here. And sliding in is Caruso. And he saved a sure chance there for Cadan to get in alone on goal. Rodriguez fires a shot towards goal, and Graham's there to get a leg in front of that and put the ball back out of bounds. Cadan, the man with the ball in his hands, puts it down, and he's got 2 seconds left, and he put a shot almost directly in onto Caruso. Graham with it now, crossing the halfway mark. That's put out of bounds by Eduardo Perez Vinales. Graham plays it all the way back. Comes out, Roca's got it now. Into Graham, and as he tries to shield the ball and work his way into the goal, and the official's going to give him the call there as Rodriguez was all over his back. Or Vinales rather that. Kevin Valdez stands over the ball now for Toronto Adolo, having a word here with number 3 to come to a decision on what's going to happen. You can see David Campusano directing his line there. His 2-man wall where he wants him, and the shot goes in and just wide of the goal. Hard low shot there from Kevin Valdez, but unable to really test Campusano. Campusano taking his time to get the ball back in. The referee's indicated that he's got to get that ball in. Rios with it now, deep in Adolo territory, and his shot goes off of Kevin Valdez and out of bounds. We're here halfway through this first half. The Ontario Soccer Futsal Championship match in the men's division between Toronto Adolo and Futsal Club Toronto. And play broken up here, and Adolo have a clear chance on goal, and Roca puts a shot in on Campusano. Campusano makes yet another save. You can see why he's the first team selection for the Canadian National Futsal team. He's kept his game sharp and kept his team in the match with some great saves. As Roca gets us back underway, chips one up over the top. Graham with it now. Back over to Roca. Roca off to Orlano, sorry. Back into Graham, and Graham has another chance, but Campusano's there to get a touch on the ball and shield that one clear of his goal. Orlano's going to take the corner kick here. And Adolo have been real dangerous since they've put Orlano and Graham back out there. Valdez back over to Roca, broken up there by Cadan. Cadan and Rios in towards goal here, and Cadan unable to find his man streaking down the middle. There's a great sliding tackle from Valdez, breaks that play up. Cadan over it again. Puts the ball in low, and that's broken up by Valdez. Cadan with it once more, and too long on the ball there from Cadan, and they turn that over. He used up his 4 seconds. And Orlano's got it now in his own end. Hugo Rodriguez on him. Orlano tripped up, and he gets the call there as Rodriguez left a foot in. You may notice a lot of the signage around here from Ontario Soccer, and that's there thanks to Nuthers. Thank you, Nuthers Signs. Thank you to Nuthers Signs in recognition for their support of Ontario Soccer. Nuthers is one of is your one contact reward recognition and signage source. Visit Nethers.com for more. Sorry, I gotta apologize to Nethers there. I think I must have went cross-eyed trying to read that one off. Thank you to Nethers Signs and Recognition for their support of Ontario soccer. Nethers is your one-contact reward, recognition, and signage source. Visit Nethers.com for more. Sorry about that, Nethers. Still 0-0 here from the gymnasium at Durham College, home of the Durham Lords and the UOIT Ridgebacks. As you'll notice, the floor split between the green of the Lords and the blue of the Ridgebacks here. Home for both of the local college and university teams, being used by Ontario Soccer for the provincial men's championship in futsal. You've got, going from your left to right, Toronto Adolo with 0 goals, but plenty of pressure. And going from right to left, in red, Futsal Club Toronto from Mississauga with 0 goals as well, but holding the fort, stopping these last several waves of pressure from Adolo after having some real early pressure to start the game off. As Campus launched that ball deep down to Rios. Rios laid it off and broken up once more by Adolo, as they're hungry to get a goal here to put them out front to start this final. And Graham lays it on, and a shot and a goal for Adolo as number 6. Not sure who number 6 is, but he's got our first goal of the game here for Adolo. And that puts Adolo on the board here halfway through this first half. That's Christian Salamyengo with the goal. Campusano turns the ball over, and Ornello was a little surprised to have the ball on his foot there by the looks of it. And number 18 has found his way into the match, and that's Quante Smith. Ornello with it again. Step over, and Cadan gets called for tripping up Ornello there, as he made a desperation play to break that up. It would have been Graham and Ornello on a very dangerous 2-on-1. As our official goes and has a quick word with Rios. Salmniego with the goal halfway through, and you heard that ball go whistling over the goal and off the hand of Campusano. Salmniego with the goal. And he'll stand over the ball to get us restarted once more. Referee indicating he's got 4 seconds to get the ball into play. Salmniego's ball goes in and off the foot of Ornello. And Adolo have looked real dangerous here as the half has continued. Campusano out with it now, and he lays it off for number 13, Elner Gambarov, an Azerbaijan national team player, and Kadan's going to get a yellow here for a real careless challenge there on number 3. Our mystery man in this match. Kadan's going to take a seat, have a breather, and calm the nerves after that reckless challenge. Saw him see yellow. Dornello gives it off to number 3. Salmiego gives it back to him, and it's up over the top. And a challenge in there from Gambarov. Azerbaijan national. And Adola will get us back underway here. Orlano with it in his own end. Splits two defenders. Getting Salmiego, but Gambarov puts it out off of Orlano. FCT back with the ball in their own end. That's Vinals giving it to Campusano. Campusano fires one off of the head of the Adolo player standing in his way. Rios trying to make something happen here, but the ball is turned over. Salmiengo thought he had it there. Gambarov tells his teammates to calm down. He's got it in his own end again. Head up, looking for a man. Vilnas with it, back to Gambarov. Gambarov over the top to Rios. Rios lays a header off to number 8. Eduardo Perez Vinals, and Vinals fired that one wide of goal. FCT trying to get themselves back into the match here after going down 1 on a rocket off of the foot from Salmiego, the Adolo attacker. Orlano over to number 14. That's someone who I don't have a number for. Number 3 with it again. Tries to put it in. Rios. Rios with it again. Looking for a man. He almost had Quinte Smith tracking down that right side, and that's clearly who he was looking to get the ball into on that far side. Gambarov having a quick word with the official before the game gets restarted. Perez Vilnas gives it back to Gambarov. Quinte Smith with it, back to Gambarov. Gambarov definitely slowing things down, calming his teammates here after they gave up the goal to make it 1-0 for Adolo right now as it stands. Perez Vilnas to Rios. Rios trying to get cute with it. Graham with it now, or Orlano, sorry. Rios with it. Lays it off for Smith. Smith puts it back in across goal, and Perez Vilnas was there but unable to get on the end of that one. Play broken up, and it'll be another ball for Futsal Club Toronto. Rio stands over the ball. Gambarov with it now, and Rio steps on the ball and loses it. Cleared high and out of bounds there by Adolo, who looked content to just catch their breath after applying such a high level pressure as they built up towards that first scoreline breaking goal. Gambarov plays it back to Perez Vilnas. Rios tripped up there, but he gets himself back involved in the play. The ball's pinged around by Adolo, but comes all the way back to Gambarov, who chips it up over the top to Rios. Lovely touch on the ball from Rios there as he was able to control and get a shot off in the middle of the Adolo end. And it doesn't seem like they've got an answer for Rios right now as he continues to manhandle his way through the Adolo back line, but unable to come with a finished product and get the goal. And Quinte Smith unable to get the ball in there. Although it looked like you had Gambarov open deep, but Adolo get the ball back in quickly. Some quick interplay here at the halfway line as Ornello looked to have the give and go there. Laid off for Perez Vilnas, and some contact on that sliding challenge. And it looks like number 26, Luigi Caruso's in a great deal of pain here. Don't know if anyone's truly to blame for that, as he came in with a sliding challenge. Perez Vilnas tried to jump over him, but he's clutching his knee, and you know when a player holds his face like that, they're in a great deal of pain here, and you could tell by the look on his face as he slid across the floor that this was not going to be good for business. He appears to be in a great deal of pain. Perez Vilnas is down as well. And the official getting an earful from the Adolo defender behind her, and she puts her hands up saying, not sure. Sorry about that, not sure she knew what to make of that either. As from here it looked like just two players coming together, and as they were able to, Caruso was able to break up the play. He got some contact, and 50-50 challenge there as far as I'm concerned. And we've got some exciting news for you here now, guys, as we've got an updated roster here for Toronto Adolo. No more number 3. I can tell you who that is, and that is Eduardo Yaragui. He's played a fair bit this match, and it'll be good to give credit where credit is due, as Adolo looked to keep this 1-0 lead going into the second half. 5 minutes remaining here in Durham for this Ontario Soccer Futsal Championship game, the Ontario Futsal Cup. And if you're following along on the old social media there, you can probably keep up using the hashtag PlayInspireUnite, as Gambarov will get us back underway here. And he used his full 4 seconds there and was unable to get the ball in. FCT going to have to do a lot better getting the ball back into play here, as they've turned the ball over 3 times now, having used up their 4 seconds. And a fancy move there from Rios as he lays it off, and streaking in there was number 10, but he was unable to get on to that one. That's Isaiah Reed, another one of these Canadian national team futsal players. The ball goes in high for Graham, and Graham battles with Quinte Smith for it. The referee lets them play on. Rios with it now. Rios on the ball, lays it off for Reed. Gambarov plays it back to Reed. Back to Gambarov as FCT take their time, and a searching pass finds Rios, and he's bowled over there. Not sure what the argument is on this play, as Caruso comes to calm his man down, and that's number 5, Kevin Valdez. Caruso looks like he's doing better now after getting some water and taking a couple deep breaths. It looks like his knee's doing okay. And that's going to be a PK here, as he was inside the penalty half moon. You can just see it faintly indicated. On the floor there with a beige mark. Excuse me, got the hiccups here suddenly. Rios gonna take this one, takes a long run in on goal and hammers that one in off the crossbar, beating Caruso, and no doubt about that one. And Futsal Club Toronto tie this match up with 5 minutes remaining here in the Ontario Futsal Cup men's final. And we've got a game on our hands here, folks. Quinte Smith giving chase to number 14, Adrian Perez. And Perez loses the ball out of bounds, and Futsal Club Toronto taking their time, getting the ball back into play here. Gambarov indicated that he's got his 4 seconds. He gets it in. Back to Gambarov. Camposano with it now, and he finds Rios. Rios, 2 men on him, lays it off. And Isaiah Reed unable to get anything done with that, but he tracks back and gets called for the foul there. Wrapping a leg across on number 14, Adrian Perez. We've got a quick stoppage of play here as the 4th official has a word with the FCT bench. Graham with it now, deep in the corner. He's found his man, and unable to get on to the end of that one was Marco Rodriguez, as he hammered a ball off the FCT defender, and a shot in on goal from number 5, Kevin Valdez, as the pressure continues to mount now that FCT have got themselves back into the game. Smith found Isaiah Reed there on the sideline, but he was standing out of bounds, and he's going to get a yellow here after he was told by the official to give some space there for Roca as he inbounded the ball, and he's going to get a red. His protestations are going to cost his team here as he's sent off. And Isaiah Reed, and I don't know if you could really say he played much. More so he had a cup of coffee here in today's match as he sees red, and his squad are none too thrilled about how this is playing out for them here. So Isaiah Reed's red means that FCT are going to be down a man for a penalty here as he goes and has a breather. Take this opportunity to talk to you about IAC. Thank you to IAC, Imaged Advertised Creations, for their support of Ontario Soccer. They are your one-stop shop for all your visual communications needs. From large format printing to digital signage, they can help you with everything, all your needs. Visit IACGoBig.com for more. Francisco Arillo Fernandez continues to talk to the officials over on the far side, as he's certainly not thrilled about how this is playing out, as Canadian national futsal team member Isaiah Reed has been shown red, and his team will be down to 3 attackers and their keeper, with pressure mounting, wave after wave of Adolo attack here in the dying minutes of this first half. Adolo scored first off of a Salamiego goal, and then things were tied up only moments ago after Matthew Rios hammered, absolutely smashed a ball in off the crossbar on a penalty past Caruso to knot things up. And again, we've got about 4 minutes of gameplay time left here in the first half as Roca tried to get the ball into Waregi. Waregi with it now. Out to Graham, and Graham gives it back to Waregi. Waregi takes a shot in, and that goes off of the shin of Rios and deflects back across the face of goal and out over the touchline. Camposano looked a little nervous after that. Graham with the ball now. Waregi back over wide out to Roca. Roca with it again. Roca, Waregi, and Waregi looking for Roca, and they lose the ball, and opportunity wasted here as they have the man advantage. And you'll see Sina Cadan's back on the court here for FCT after he took an extended break after he collected a yellow early in this game. Gambarov being asked to tie his shoe here, giving his team a little more time to catch their breath as they are down a man after Isaiah Reed was sent packing. He couldn't have been on the court for more than 5 minutes. And a long ball from Camposano is collected by Adolo, and they'll take their time and work the ball in low to Roca. And then we've got Rodriguez back over to Waregi. Rodriguez with a shot in and unable to get it on goal. And the time's ticking here on the men advantage. Camposano lobs the ball deep for Rios, and Rios is getting called for something here. Unsure of what the indication is. Looks like it's a penalty because they've had 5 fouls here in the half. And once you have your 6th foul, which in this case would be the handball, it's a penalty kick from 10 meters out, and this could be a real game-changing opportunity as they're up a man with a penalty. Cadan stops in front of the ball to fix his socks. Camposano doing the same. As the Adolo player is going to take his chance. Taking a big long run here. The referee having a word with Gambarov and Roca here in close to us as they battle for position. Waregi comes in, takes his shot, and it's stopped. Camposano keeps his team in the match here. Don't know if that's really what Waregi wanted to do with it, as he really played it right into the hands of Camposano, but they're still up a man here as Orlano has it now, and he gets it into Graham. Graham has it now. Graham works his way up around, and Waregi puts a hard ball in low, and he was looking for Roca at the side of the goal there. Orlano has it now in a diving block there from Gambarov. Roca gets us back underway, gets it to Waregi. Graham with it now. Puts a shot in, and what a goal there! That's Orlano with a rocket. Absolutely hammering one in is Orlano. Big goal from the big number 10. A no-look shot almost. As he absolutely smashed that one in off the bar. 2-1 lead here for Toronto Adolo. And Orlano with the goal as the waves continue to mount and the pressure continues to build. FCT get their men back onto the court. Graham with it now on the wide side. Gambarov knocks it out. And now that I've got a sheet here that's been printed off the computer rather than in someone's handwriting, I can actually tell you that it's Jacob Orellana. I've been saying it wrong this whole time, so I got to give credit where credit is due, and he's got the ball again now. Orellana, the Canadian national futsal team player. And you can see the quality there, and you can understand why he's with the Canadian national squad. Gambarov with it now in his own end once more. Gambarov out wide for number 8, Perez Vinals. Gambarov back to Vinals. Into Caden, and Caden pots one. Top right corner, past Caruso. And he was left all alone on that near side and knew exactly what he wanted to do with that. Nodding this one back up, and that's Sina Caden equalizing here with less than 2 minutes left in this first half in Durham. The Durham Gymnasium at Durham College in Oshawa, Ontario, for this Ontario Futsal Cup between Toronto Adolo and Futsal Club Toronto. 2-2 here from Oshawa. Ornella there looking for number 6. That's Christian Samaniego, scored the first goal of the match. Seems like so long ago. We've had so much action here. Ornella again with it. All the way long here for number 3, Waregi. Ornella again with it. Back to Waregi. Waregi slides, and it's going to be an interesting decision here as Gambarov slid, and I couldn't have told you who that one went off of as they both slid out of bounds. The ball between them. Ball all the way back to Ornella. Ornella with it again. And he's tripped up, but the referee indicates play on, and Caden has it now, and he lays it off for Rios. Rios with it on his left foot, but chooses to poke it with his right, and sliding in to clear that ball is the Adolo defender. And no quarter given between either of these two teams. Caden back to Gambarov. Perez Vinals with it now. Rios in the corner. Rios with his head up. Megs his man. Who probably collects the ball though. Collects it and puts it out of bounds. Caden tracks back to almost turning it over again on seconds. Rios back to Perez Vinals. Caden pushes it outside, rounds the corner, and easily broken up there by number 6, Christian Samaniego. We're down to 16 minutes left in stoppage time here, and Rios put the ball right into the breadbasket of the keeper, Luigi Caruso. And he's having a word because that's never a comfortable moment after you get the ball into that general area there. And he's continuing to have a word with the official. Caruso with it again. Plays it off for his man, and Orlana with it. And 1.7 seconds remain here in this first half, and Camposano goes back behind his goal and collects it, and he'll throw it in looking for Caden, and Caden gets a head on it, and play whistled down there as soon as he got his head on it. And that's your first half of action here from Durham College in Oshawa, Ontario, for this Ontario Futsal Cup Men's Championship game between Toronto Adolo and SC Toronto. That's the Futsal Club of Toronto. 1-1. And we'll be back with your second half of action in a matter of moments here as these two teams take a break.
once I joined the OPDL, my development just went up.
Last year I made the Ontario team, so that was super exciting.
It's helped me reach my goal of getting to Toronto C.
The OPDL has gave me the experience and the exposure to get into the provincial projects.
I mean, without the intense training that I have with my coaching at Oakville, along with Ontario Soccer, I don't think I'd be where I am today.
The Ontario Player Development League is the standard-based program administered by Ontario Soccer. It offers the standards in training, competition for athletes between the age of 13 and 17.
It puts the best players against the best players in the province every single weekend. Makes you train with the best players around your area, which can only help you develop.
The competition in the league is very high, so it gives that challenge for all the players in the league.
Coaching is crucial for OPDL as the main objective, one of the main objectives for us in the program. We want coaches to be challenged on a regular basis within the OPDL, not only from an opposition standpoint, but also from a personal growth and professional development.
The coaches have a particular certification. They're able to bring certain things to the kids that maybe others don't. As well, we have a set curriculum.
The focus is more on our development and not just on games and stuff. So the coaches are really focusing on us and how we develop, which really helps us get better and better.
We believe that the same way we approach our players, we need to approach our match officials, and we need to provide them with platforms to be assessed, to be mentored, to be coached, and move to the next level.
The OPDL is beneficial for both players and match officials because it raises the standard of the game. We're mentored, we're coached, so that we can increase our knowledge and our consistency of the match.
Unlike any other program in this province, OPDL focus on individual performance plan and the ability for players to move on to the next level.
A lot of the time we're always training, we're working hard as a team to get there, and individually, as a player, it's helped me a lot with my development.
It's good because it trains me, and it also, not just teaching me about soccer, but also teaches me how to be a better person through my team and my coach and just the environment I'm around.
Being in the OPDL for athletes, it's about being in the right environment. As a parent, you always want your child to be in the correct environment for their development, and in soccer, in Ontario, there's no better opportunity or no better place than OPDL.
This activity is called Super Sevens. It is designed for learn to train development stage players, U8 to U11 females and U9 to U12 males. The equipment required for this activity include 20 cones or pylons, 2 small portable goals, 2 sets of 7 pennies and 5 to 10 size 4 soccer balls. It's important to notice how the coach engages and involves the players by asking questions to promote decision making and problem solving. As you watch the video, it's important to notice the 4 corners of player development.
So we're going to play a 7v7 game and the focus will be running on the ball. So what line do you think I'm drawing in here? The retreat line. Wonderful. So the game will be 7v7. All right, so it's all normal rules that you play at 7v7. Okay, so there'll be kick-ins and there's no offsides, just to make sure we're not confused. We will play in here. We'll play with 2 defenders. We'll play with 3 midfielders and 1 striker. And then of course on the other side it will be the same in here. All right, take your positions if the goalkeeper's starting from there and we can play. Let's go.
During this activity, the emphasis for the coach would be creating a safe environment, allowing the players to be creative, asking questions and fun. The technical corner includes creating space and support.
Okay, let's hold it there. Let's hold it there. So the first thing, as the ball came back, so Greens, you've won possession. Rachel, you're on goal side. Sophia, you were on this side. Good pressure, Anna. Okay, so we can come in here. As the Greens, what can we look to do now? All right, but which way am I facing now as a defender? There we go. All right, so if I can play that ball in here, maybe I come over. Courtney, what are you doing on that side? What are we doing? All right, then we can look to play. All right, you've got me or Rachel as an option here, and we've got Courtney outside. So if we're facing our own goal, let's look to play there. When we win the ball, can we make the field as wide and as long, well done, as possible? Okay, so the ball into Rachel. Go for pressure there, take the ball up your feet, and play. Let's go.
The physical corner includes agility, balance, coordination, a change of speed and change of direction.
Can we play? Okay, hold. Let's go back in here. Let's go back. Okay. So as we've received the ball in here, it came back from the goalkeeper. Just go back where you were. Can we start to see this a little bit more? So if we run and we dribble, outside of our foot, we go nice and fast. Where's my striker going now? Okay, maybe we can play in behind. Maybe she comes to show. All right, so I can look to play there. How is she being supported? Brilliant. Okay, yeah, by that person, that's great. And who's that player on the other side? Maddie, wonderful, well done. Okay, so if we can start to think about running with the ball, if we can bring that player in there, then maybe look to penetrate in the space when we can see. All right, can you show us? Yeah. All right. So if you make the same decision, we'll play live on Courtney's touch. Let's play, can we drive in? Well done.
The social emotional corner includes problem solving, communication and teamwork. The psychological corner includes safety, decision making, attacking mentality and fun.
Good decision to shoot, well done. Okay, well done. So a couple of things there that we were asking for. As the goalkeeper has won the ball, or as we won possession, what were we asking for the team to do? So in the goalkeeper, in the case there was an example where the defender had her back to facing her own goal, what were we asking the team to do when they won the ball? Play back and then spread out. Make the field, what did you do for us? You made it long, but what did the defenders do? Wide. So you make it wide and long, all right? Then there was an opportunity where we got our defender on the ball. How did the defenders trick the strikers into trying to win the ball? What did they do? So they got the ball. Did they just pass it the minute they received it? What did they do? They dribbled, they ran with the ball, didn't they? And what did the striker do?
They came to the defender.
Came in, wonderful. And then what would we look to do then?
And then the defender could pass it on.
Brilliant. And we look to maybe penetrate or split the lines between the opposition. All right, can we have a high five as we finish? Thank you.
A tremendous year for us, 2018, as we continue to build the game of soccer in Ontario, and we're blessed to have this facility that we can use for our members and we can use for the community at large in not only advancing the game of soccer in the province of Ontario and the city of Vaughan, but at the same time make it available to our community groups. As you can see behind me, it's a beautiful first-class facility, new turf field in place, and 20 years of thousands of people, thousands of athletes, thousands of participants who've been part of the great legacy. And I want to extend my thanks to all the people before us who had the vision, who had the ability to make this facility happen. We're truly blessed as a family and truly blessed as an organization. So we want you to come out and support and continue to support soccer in Ontario. and at the same time support the center. Want to extend our thanks to the staff and to all the people who have come through the doors of the soccer center and really provided an era, a vision, a place for people to play, people to network, and people to communicate. So sincere thanks to everyone involved. It's a great year for this celebration of 20 years, and we look forward to many, many more opportunities of scheduling events and competitions at this first-class, world-class facility.
You know, here's a damning statistic. I deal with hockey. When I arrived in Canada in 1990, the percentage composition of the NHL was well over 96-97% Canadian. This year, for the first time ever, we dipped below 50%. If we were running Coca-Cola or PepsiCo, and we were boards of directors, and we took our market share from 96% to 50% in a quarter of a century, we would be fired. And why has that happened? They face exactly the same challenges you do. I don't care whether you like me, I don't care whether you agree with me, but as long as I make you walk out of here and think, and where possible, think about what you can do with your life to have greater impact on these youngsters, or whatever you're directly responsible for. That's my job.
I'm going to challenge us all on that we can find community dollars, that we can find them, but we've got to do it as a team. We've all got to realize we've got to elevate our game, be strategic in how we approach this industry, and therefore garner incremental dollars in the seats that we sit in. What I want you to walk away with is thinking about the role you play and how you are going to play your part in elevating soccer for the kids of tomorrow and for today.
I hope and pray 20 years from now that our children will wake up and they'll look back and they will marvel at the sacrifices their parents made. They will marvel at the decisions they made, at the courage they showed to leave behind something that we can be proud of, that has changed the future for us. As a group, this is our primary responsibility, to simply take the walls down, take the barriers out of the way, and make sure that every child, every one, not a few, all have a ball at their feet. There's a ball in the backyard, that this becomes the language of sport.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Oshawa, Ontario with the Durham College Sports Complex for the Ontario Futsal Cup final in the men's division. We've got Idolo, Toronto, and Futsal Club Toronto knotted up at 2s here in a phenomenal game. Lots of drama early on. We've had a red already as Canadian national team member Isaiah Reed was sent off after maybe only being on the court for 5 minutes. And then we've had goals. It's 2-2 right now. We've had goals from Salmiego and Orlana for Idolo. And then for Futsal Club Toronto, we had a penalty goal from Matthew Rios. And then Sina Kadan scored to knot things up at 2 before we went into the half. And it's been non-stop action here in this men's final. If you're just tuning in now, you're surely going to be entertained for this last 20 minutes. Now in the men's division, we do play 20-minute halves with stop time, so every time the ball does go out of bounds, the clock will stop. We've just got our match officials checking the netting now before we get underway here in the second half of this final between two very evenly matched teams. Two teams with a real strong pedigree behind them. I mentioned this before the match, and I'll mention it again, that Futsal Club Toronto are from Mississauga. They're your team in red going from left to right across your screen here. They're the 2014 CONCACAF champions, 2015 FIFA Intercontinental champions, two-time champions in the Ontario. And Idolo will get us up, as I was told at halftime, to and that's number 3. Eduardo Oregi had the ball there. Now it's Matthew Rios on the far side, stepping over the ball, taking his time on it, gets it back to Sina Kadan, over to Gambarov, out wide to Perez Vinals. Kadan all the way back over onto this near side. Great movement from Kadan all game. He has the equalizer here that's knotted us back up at 2. Perez Vilnas gets a shot in, but sliding out is Caruso to make the save. He looks to be in better spirits after, well, taking a ball to the breadbasket early on and coming out to challenge and being a little worse for wear after a bit of a collision, but he looks good to go now as Gambarov gets the ball back out to the top for Kadan. Kadan in on Ornella. Or Orlana. I'm going to get it right one of these days. Kadan's got it now. Looking for some more movement from Kadan. Caruso out to Waregi. He gives it over to number 4, our new man in the match, Jason Alvarado. Graham trying to make his way through a sea of red there. Waregi looking for Graham again, broken up. And Gambarov has his team calm right back down. Him and Vinals playing the ball between each other. Some space opens up and he moves the ball into the middle. He's got Rios back on the far side again. Gambarov with it now, closer to us. He's looking for Rios, but not enough mustard on that ball. Alvarado unable to make a good pass with his opportunity on the ball. And a shot in there from Waregi. And it's low and wide. And Campusano, the Canadian national futsal team keeper, looking for Rios there, but unable to get him on the end of that ball. Caruso got it out for Graham. Out to Waregi. Cadan with it now as the ball found its way onto a red foot there. Now Graham's in close here, but maybe could have taken another second on the ball to pick out a different pass. Orellana was coming up the middle. Graham, unfortunately, not to come away with the ball there as Orellana fires the ball high and over the goal after he found it on his foot, surprise. Campusano will get us back underway, looking for Rios deep, and he has him. He chests it down, and he tries to backheel a ball into Perez Vilnas, but unable to connect the dots with that play. Caruso with a poor clearance there, and Rios is back the other way and tries to put a ball in on goal, but it goes off a defender and out of bounds. End-to-end action here as we've almost gone 3 minutes into the second half of play in the Ontario Futsal Cup from Durham College in Oshawa, Ontario. Gambarov with it now, all the way back for Cadan. Cadan puts a shot off of Graham. Rios has it now. Rios is closed down by Waregi. Perez Vilnas gives it back to Rios. Rios back to Cadan, and they're just going to work the ball around the top here, looking for someone to open up, and Rios tries to play the ball into a streaking Cadan, and he just missed him, and there is a gigantic grin on Cadan's face after that as he knows his man was looking for him, and he was just a matter of inches away from latching onto the end of that ball. Orellana for number 30. There gets Gambarov sliding across the pitch. And that's Adrian Perez, number 14, making his way into the match. Orellana gets it back in to Waregi, and he gives it back to Orellana. Orellana over the top to Perez. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nothing really comes of that play. Waregi takes a shot in on goal, but Cadan's got it, and he's coming back the other way, and FCT content to slow things down and all around here again. Cadan with it now, and he's got a man streaking in all alone. And the goal there from number 8, Eduardo Perez Vinals. And FCT take the lead. 3-2, 4 minutes into the second half. As Cadan found himself streaking in down that right side after looking off the defender. I think it was Graham who bit on the head fake, and he just simply played a ball across the face of goal to a wide open Perez Vinals. And FCT, I'm pretty sure that's their first lead of the game here. Graham with it now, streaking in and goes to take a shot in on goal, and he's closed down quickly by 4 red shirts. Perez has it in the corner, plays it back for Waregi, over to Graham. Graham finds Perez, back to Graham. Ornella gets it, puts a shot in, but unable to find the target. And you can see the quality in these national team players out on the court right now. Jacob Ornella, I was told to watch out for him before the game by his coach, and he certainly has not disappointed. And Perez, lucky to not get called on that play. He played the ball from his backside already on the ground. Perez goes and collects the ball, and he'll bring it all the way back to reintroduce into play. Time counting down there by the referee. Caruso gives it back to Waregi. Waregi back down to Orlana. Orlana with it again. Tries to get it in for Perez, and sliding in to make the stop was Perez Vinals. Goal line clearance there. Orlana to Perez. Perez with it again. Orlana with it now. Tries to find a streaking Graham coming across the face of goal. But that's broken up by a red-shirted player. Orlana back in for Perez. Orlana with it again. Orlana sends it all the way back for Waregi, but he gets it right back. Coming in towards the goal, and he was looking for Graham, but a foot was stuck in there by number 12, Hugo Rodriguez. The ball goes all the way back for Caruso. Perez into Waregi, back to Perez, but they're unable to connect the dots again. And it'll go out of bounds for a red ball. Cadan plays it all the way back to Rodriguez. Perez Vinals has it. He gives it to Cadan, and he made a quick play to get it to Rios. And a tackle from behind sees the ball roll out of bounds. And it looks like the ball will be inbounds here by Perez Vinals. From Camposano is to the right side there. But it's Hugo Rodriguez on it now to Cadan. Cadan looking for a man. Lays it off for Rios. Rios trying to indicate for Vinals to come into the middle, but he plays it back to Rodriguez and then gets this ball back promptly. Unable to control that, and it goes out of bounds. Graham to Ornella. Ornella back to Waregi. Waregi finds Perez. Graham on it now. Graham back to Perez, and Perez fires a shot into Camposano, but he deals with that one easily as it was right into his stomach. Vinals gets a little fancy on the ball and is unable to keep it in bounds as he's tried that pass a few times now. An attempt there on goal by number 3, Waregi. Nothing even to sweat there from Camposano as that one went well wide of the goal. And Camposano will take his time bringing the ball back in, and the referee indicates he'd better get this show on the road. And we've got a stoppage of play here as the ball has gone out of bounds, and it'll be a Idolo ball. Ball comes back out to Ornella. Waregi. Waregi again with it. Puts a shot in towards the goal. Marco Rodriguez goes up for the header, but he's unable to get on the end of that one to nod it over Camposano. And Cadan's coming in on goal again, and he gets a toe on that one and pokes it towards Caruso, but Caruso makes a sprawling save. Ornella was giving chase. Cadan plays the ball into the middle. Rios puts it underneath Caruso, but Caruso got his weight on it and kept it under him. Rios again with it now after the ball comes back into the Idolo end. And some fancy footwork there from Rios. And Hugo Rodriguez is going to get called for pulling on the shoulder of number 8, his namesake, Marco Rodriguez. So we're going to have a restart here back in the Idolo end. They'll sort out the issue they just had with the clock running down, and we're back underway. Roca with it on his foot, puts it into the middle for Rodriguez. Marco Rodriguez with it now. Lays it off there for Kevin Valdez. Roca with it, back to number 6. Samaniego, Rodriguez. Samaniego out to Roca on the near side. Step over. What can he do here? And he plays that one back up to the top. Marco Rodriguez on it now. As he steps over and brings it into the middle. Loses the ball. A sliding challenge there from Roca. Breaks up the play, but Hugo Rodriguez got on it, but again, his namesake Marco there to slide in and make the challenge. Rios on his Hugo Rodriguez. Rios with the dainty pass there for Perez Vilnas, and he was unable to make something of a glorious opportunity, and Idolo are back the other way. Marco Rodriguez again. He finds Roca. Roca one-on-one with Rios here. Puts a shot in, left-footed. And Campusano deals with that one easily. Rios on it again. With the much smaller Roca on him. What can he do with it as he tries to juggle it up and puts a ball off of Roca? It's going to be a FCT ball here as Hugo Rodriguez comes back into his own end to play it for Sina Cadan. Cadan more than willing to take his time on the ball as there's only 2 players applying pressure on the defenders. Gambarov is back in the game for FCT. Call him the pacemaker as he dictates the pace of the game here for Futsal Club Toronto. And Cadan gets called for taking Marco Rodriguez down. And this looks like a great opportunity for Idolo to put a ball in from a dangerous spot. We'll see what Roca can make of this. Hugo Rodriguez is led back off of the ball. And he receives direction from Campusano as to where he's supposed to stand and create a 2-man wall here with Rios. The ball goes all the way across to Marco Rodriguez. Rodriguez on it now. Gets it back to Roca. Roca trying to find something to do here. Roca again on it now. Puts a right-footed ball in towards the danger area, and Marco Rodriguez went sliding in and put a ball at the goal. Dicey play there from the team in gold. As the ball goes all the way back into the Idolo end. Roca on it again. Splits 2 defenders off the ball, and he's got it back on his foot. He missed Rodriguez on the right side there, all alone. His namesake, Hugo with it now. Play broken up by Marco. Hugo's going to leave the ball there for Gambarov, who chips it up over the top for Rios. Rios finds Cadan. Cadan tries to play a cheeky ball in underneath Caruso, but Caruso's there down on the ground. Roca's got a 3-on-2 here if he can find his man out on the left side. Ball back into Roca. Roca with the right-footed shot, and what a save by Campusano. as he's fired up now. He gives Gambarov a slap on the back for his efforts. Great job, fella, is what he's saying there. There's a ball put in from Idolo, and it goes off of a red shirt, and a dangerous play as it went careening in towards the goal. Marco Rodriguez with the right-footed ball in towards the goal, and we've got a tie game, friends. Idolo knot things up here. That's number 5, Kevin Valdez with the equalizer. The halfway mark of this match. And we continue to see these two teams trade goals, and you have to think that's got to be exactly what the doctor ordered for Idolo, as they ran most of the last 5 minutes without Graham and Orlana on the court. They're back out now, and they're thirsty for blood by the looks of it. A searching ball up over the top, looking for number 15. That's Mario Kovacevic. He was unable to find that one. Got some substitutions here as Perez Villas will come on for Hugo Rodriguez. No, I take that back. Rodriguez is here coming in towards the ball, gets it on his foot. Tell you who he came on for in a moment. Be Perez Vinals. How would I just guess everyone on the team? It was actually Kadan that went off. Orlana on it now as he moves back inside. Some fancy footwork there as he gets it out. Graham on it now at the top. Graham with a left-footed strike off the ankle of Rios. Back over to Orlana. Orlana again, trying to make his way around Perez Vinals. Rios breaks that up. Calm on the ball, slowing things down. Gambarov having a look around once he's got it. Perez Villas back to Gambarov. Rios chests another one down, finds Gambarov, and you can see that Idolo have stepped up the pressure here, going from only 2 men pursuing the ball when it's in the offensive end on a defender's foot to 2 and 3 now at a minimum, as they look to get themselves into the lead here with their 2 danger men up front in Graham and Ornella. Graham with it now on the far side. Puts it over the top for Kovacevic. Out to Ornella. Ornella on it now. Into the middle. Waregi on it. Waregi puts a shot in towards the goal, and that's dealt with by Campesano. Gambarov. Oh, a careless touch there, and he's got a 3-on-1 going back his way, and we've got another goal for Waregi. As a careless touch there from the sure-footed Elner Gambarov costs his team a goal to put them down 1, as it's now 4-3. You can hear the Idolo fans just going bananas here, as they've continued to apply pressure, and they got the result they were looking for by executing their game plan, and you can see they're continuing to apply the pressure. Perez Villas with it now, back to Gambarov, a much more sure touch on the ball there. Hugo Rodriguez with a absolute smash from long range there. Ball come back in bounds here for FCT. Gambarov with it again. Out wide for number 3. That's Brendan Simoes, who is stopped by Orlana. Simoes seeing his first action of the match, as there's a few players out there catching their wind. As Kadan and Rios were both sitting off, two of the more offensively minded players here for this FCT squad. Gambarov with 4 seconds to get the ball back into play here, and he sends it all the way back for Hugo Rodriguez. Over to Campusano. Campusano back to Rodriguez. And you can see the power keeper being played here as they look to work a 5-on-4, maintain possession. Gambarov finds Campusano again on the near side as they look to continue to stretch out this Idolo squad in the golden kits. Campusano with a rocket in on Caruso. And you see Caruso hunch over there, and he needs a second as that one whistled off his hands and pushed his wrists back. He looks like he just ate a sour ball or something, the look on his face. Rodriguez with it again, into Gambarov. Rodriguez, Gambarov. Shot in from Gambarov. And we've seen that a few times here in this match with the slightest of glance on goal and a long-range shot as Roca got on the end of that long throw from Luigi Caruso, but was unable to bring it down. And Graham stole the ball off there from Rodriguez, who was a bit careless on the ball. But he'll get the ball back into play. And you can see Campusano pushed all the way up the pitch here so that he can get involved in the play. Now you'll notice that Gambarov was back where the keeper would have been normally on that play, but the keeper can only touch the ball once in his own half before another player on the other team touches it on the other side of half, as I've been instructed. So he's got to be over on the other side if he's going to touch it, or they're at least going to get the ball in and play out of the back the way that they were, as the ball continues to ping around between Gambarov and his two men on the sides. And that one's going to go out of bounds off of Waregi. Perez Vinals will get it back into Gambarov. And you'll see Campusano's here on the right side again. Back to Rodriguez. Back to Campusano, and they've got them spread out now. And Campusano's shot blocked by Graham. Graham did a phenomenal job of tracking back well after he had launched into attack mode. The referee's going to whistle the play dead there and force Simoes to inbounds the ball from a little further back up the court, and it looks like Caruso is called out for medical attention. Interesting to see what's happening here. He might just be looks like he's getting a bit of a tape job here. Take this opportunity to thank a couple really important sponsors of these events. First and foremost, Toronto FC is a proud supporter of youth soccer in Ontario. Toronto FC, premier partner of Ontario Soccer, SoccerX. Thank you, Ontario soccer partner Soccer Express, for their first-class support. As Canada's premier dealer, Soccer Express has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit www.soccerx.com. The ball played in here for Hugo Rodriguez. And a long shot there from Roca, and he's caught Campusano out of his goal, and Roca has doubled the lead here for Toronto Idolo. And we've got 5 minutes left in this match, and things are really going to have to kick up a notch if FCT are going to have to get themselves back in the match. And like I was saying, visit www.soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. Shot in on goal there from Rios. Camposano dribbling around, trying to find some room, puts the ball into the middle. And that was broken up by Roca, and he was closed down quickly by Kadan. And nobody in red is happy that Kadan didn't get the call after he was taken down by Roca. Gambarov put a little too much power onto that pass as he was looking for Camposano. And the fans for Idolo have come to life here on the left side, as they have doubled their lead. Experts in the fields of youth concussion, Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital have formed a collaboration with Ontario Soccer. This partnership will improve concussion awareness and education to ensure the improved safety of youth soccer players across the province. I want to give another shout out to Nuthers. Thank you to Nuthers and their recognition for their support of Ontario Soccer. Nuthers is your one-contact reward recognition and signage source. Visit nuthers.com for more. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, we went from 3-3 to 5-3, and we'll see what sort of answers our two-time provincial champion FCT squad has for Toronto Idolo. Idolo have charged ahead by 2 goals, their largest lead of the game here in the last 10 minutes. And the pressure is mounting on Futsal Club Toronto as they try and get themselves back into the match. You saw in that last goal as Roca put in a long shot from a good ways out to catch Camposano well out of his goal as he was playing the power keeper position, trying to keep his team in this match. And now we'll see how they can get themselves back in here as Gambarov and Christian Samaniego battle for the ball there. Ball goes off of Samaniego and out of bounds. Kadan with it now. He gives it back to Gambarov. Gambarov lays it off for Rios. Matthew Rios back over to Gambarov. He gives it back to Rios. And they're really applying the pressure anytime Camposano gets the ball, as it looks like they've singled him out as the weakest link in this offensive possession game that FCT are looking to put forth. Rios with it again. Kadan. Ornella there almost got a foot in and broke that play up. Rios with it. Camposano down low for Perez Vilnas, and he was looking for Kadan, but that was closed down quickly by Waregi. Camposano gives it to Rios. Back for Gambarov. Gambarov gets it down for Kadan, and he puts a shot in towards the goal, and it is just not Caruso's day today as he goes head first into the goal. He is having a word with the official there. See if he's got the Tweety Bird circling around his head. It appears he does not. Kadan gets the ball back into play here. 3.5 minutes left to play in this final for the Ontario Futsal Cup in the men's division between Idolo Toronto and Futsal Club Toronto. 5-3 here at the Durham College Sports Complex, and a header in from number 6, Christian Samaniego. Rios on it now, puts a shot through the legs and unable to make a solid stop there was Caruso, and on the doorstep was Perez Vilnas. And Camposano looks to put another shot in towards the goal, and he's well wide. As we've now gone down past the 3-minute mark in this second half. And a battle there for the ball between Gambarov and Samaniego. Jacob Ornella on it there. They look for him again. And a bit of shoving there between Ornella and Perez Vilnas. Some quick play here from FCT, and a shot from Cadan goes just wide of the goal. And you'll have to forgive me, I had been looking the other way there when Cadan went to ground. Or Perez Vilnas, rather, that. Now, I can't speak to the situation, but he and Orlando were jawing at each other for quite a bit in the last couple minutes. But I'm not going to speak to what just occurred, as I didn't see it, so hopefully Eduardo Perez Vilnas will be back up on his feet in moments here, as we're down at 2 minutes 26 seconds remaining in this match. Vinals is back to his feet, and that's a yellow card for Jacob Ornella. Caruso will get us back underway here. And he's good to go. A long throw. Finds Marco Rodriguez. Rodriguez has it deep in enemy territory. And a turnover here, and another Rocca goal. Catches Camposano out of his net. And that's got to all but seal the deal here, as we've got a yellow card for what I have to imagine is excessive celebrating. Otherwise, I have no idea what that's going to be for, but the celebrations continue here as Adolo look to have sealed the deal and put this game away, up 3 goals. Caruso with it again, looking deep, finds Marco Rodriguez, manages to keep that ball in bounds. He's got a man, he's got an eye for goal too, but he calmly and wisely plays the ball back. Some great work here from Rodriguez to hold the ball up, waste some more time, and he's in alone all on goal. Oh, what a shot there, but Camposano was able to make the save. Sliding challenge there from Orlana. Stuffs the ball back into the FCT end as they continue their attack. Camposano challenged there by Caruso for some reason, as they look to take away the advantage of having the 5th attacker. Rios with it in the corner, puts the ball across the goal, but no one's there, and another long shot in on goal. And we've got 7 as Roca with his 3rd goal from distance. And if the last one wasn't the one to do it, this surely has to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And I can't see FCT coming back from this one. They gave it a good effort, and they kept it tight until the last 5 minutes, and after they gave up that 4th goal, they've been desperate to get themselves back in the game, and Camposano was caught out of his goal twice. 3 times, rather, that. For long-range goals by Luis Roca. And the clock ticks down. We've got a minute left here of gameplay action in the Ontario Futsal Cup. And this match between Futsal Club Toronto and Idolo Toronto. Coming at you from the Durham College Sports Complex in Oshawa, Ontario. I'm Pierce Lang. I've had the call for you here today. On the 1s and 2s, and on the lens, you've got Cutting Room Film Company doing their very best to keep things visually stimulating for you guys. Gambarov plays another ball in for Vinas, and the ball goes out of bounds, and he fires a shot after the whistle in on Caruso, and he will be stared down as he walks back to his own end. Marco Rodriguez. Warigi back to Caruso. Caruso over the top to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez with one last shot in on goal. And the clock is stopped, 4 seconds left, and Rodriguez will have wished to have done a little bit better than that, but what more can you ask from this Idolo squad as they were tied here, no more than going just 4 in the last, and that's going to just about wrap it up for us here. 0.4 seconds left on the clock, and the ball. The celebrations begin. Champions in the men's division are Idolo Toronto. On the back of it was a close match, but they pulled away in the dying minutes, and there was no looking back after that. From everyone here at the Durham College Sports Complex for the Ontario Futsal Cup, I'm Pierce Lang, and I'm going to be signing off, and we'll let you watch the award ceremony and tune in for our next game at 2 o'clock for the U18 Ontario Futsal Cup Championship match.